You don't have a motivation problem, you have a dopamine problem. Think about it. Your brain lights up when you scroll TikTok, play games, or binge your favorite show. But when you sit down to study, dead silence. Boring torture. What if I told you there's a hack, straight from psychology research, that can make your brain crave studying the same way it craves your favorite app? It's called dopamine anchoring, and once you understand it, you'll never look at studying the same way again. Let's break this down. Here's the truth. Dopamine isn't the pleasure chemical people think it is. It's the anticipation chemical. When you're about to eat pizza, check a notification, or open YouTube, dopamine spikes. That little rush pushes you toward the action. But here's the problem. Your brain is addicted to cheap dopamine. Scroll a feed, dopamine. Play a round of a game, dopamine. Check who liked your post, dopamine. And studying? Reading a dry textbook? Your brain doesn't register an instant reward. No dopamine hit, no push. That's why you procrastinate. It's not your lack of discipline. It's your brain's wiring chasing easier highs. But here's the good news. Dopamine can be hacked. You can anchor studying to dopamine, so your brain starts craving focus instead of avoiding it. So how do you actually do this? Let's build it together. Step 1. Pick your dopamine trigger, something small that already gives you a burst of joy. Music, a snack, a stretch, even lighting a candle. Doesn't matter, pick what feels rewarding. Step 2. Attach it to studying. Don't just enjoy it randomly. Only allow yourself that dopamine hit while studying or immediately after. Example, you love chocolate? Take one square only after finishing a 20-minute study sprint. Obsessed with a song? Only play it while reviewing flashcards. Addicted to coffee? Only brew it when opening your study notes. Step 3. Make it consistent. This is key. Your brain learns through repetition. Pair the enjoyable stimulus with studying again and again until the two become linked. Step 4. Raise the stakes gradually. Start small. Anchor a fun trigger to 10 minutes of study. Then stretch it to 20, 30, 60. Your brain will adjust, craving the focus because it expects a reward. It's Pavlov's dog, but instead of drooling at a bell, you're hungry to hit the books. Let's get practical. Music anchoring. Create a study-only playlist. These songs are sacred. You can only listen to them while grinding. Soon, the first beat of that playlist flips your brain into focus mode. Snack anchoring. Buy a special snack, let's say almonds, gummies, or gum. Reserve it only for study sessions. You'll literally train your taste buds to crave the grind. Location anchoring. Choose a spot, maybe a corner in your room or a coffee shop. Make it your sacred study temple. Over time, the environment itself becomes the trigger. Gamified anchoring. Set up a reward system. Every hour of study equal to one episode of your favorite show. Guilt-free. Or rack up points that you can cash in for something fun. The point is, you stop making studying a punishment and start wiring it into the reward circuits of your brain. Now let me hit you with some tough truth. Dopamine is powerful, but it's also dangerous if you abuse it. If you anchor studying to huge rewards, like 2 hours of gaming or binge eating, you'll just swap one addiction for another. If you chase dopamine without discipline, you'll crash harder than before. That's why you need controlled doses. Tiny, consistent rewards, not massive binges. Because remember, dopamine isn't the reward, it's the chase. So don't fool yourself into thinking this hack replaces discipline. It doesn't. It just makes discipline easier to access. Think of dopamine anchoring like training wheels. It helps you start rolling. But if you lean on it forever, you'll never ride the bike on your own. Let me give you a real example. There was a student who failed his exams twice. Not because he was dumb, but because every time he sat down to study, he froze. Then he tried dopamine anchoring. He loved iced coffee, so he made a rule. No iced coffee unless he was studying. First week, painful, but soon his brain started to connect the coffee with focus. After a month, just smelling the coffee made him want to open his notes. By exam day, he passed. Not because coffee gave him knowledge, but because he finally created a ritual his brain associated with productivity. That's dopamine anchoring in action. And you can do the same. Just replace coffee with whatever lights you up. So here's your challenge. For the next 3 days, test this hack. Pick one dopamine trigger, music, snack, coffee, anything. Anchor it to a 20-minute study block. Do it consistently. I guarantee by day 3, you'll already feel your brain pulling you toward focus instead of away from it. Now, don't just sit there. Drop a comment. What's your dopamine anchor going to be? Music? Food? A guilty pleasure? And after 3 days, come back and update me. I want to see if this changed your grind. Also like this video if it slapped you awake. And share it with that one friend who can't stop procrastinating. They need this. Because at the end of the day, motivation isn't luck, it's design. And now you know how to design it. If something in this video spoke to you, that's your cue. Subscribe and stay inspired.